Congrats guys! Day 3 is under our belt. We're entering into day 4, and you know what that means? We are 1 day away from our celebration on day 5. And I wanted to share a little personal story with you. A few years ago, I went on a bike ride, and it was a pretty intense professional bike ride, and I hadn't really ever ridden a bike that way before. Not only was I a little intimidated, but day 1 was probably a living hell. I mean, I was sore from my shoulders down to my toes. I was focusing the whole time on how my legs hurt, how I was the last one bringing up the rear. I felt like I was giving so much effort pedaling, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. And I was kind of demoralized, to be honest with you. Everyone was having fun, and I really wasn't. And something happened on day 2 that really changed a lot for me. I entered into momentum. I stuck with it. I kept pedaling, and at one point I realized I was no longer focusing on the pains that I was having. I was actually looking up. I was looking around. I was looking at the beautiful scenery. And pretty soon I wasn't the last one in the pack. I had made it to the front. But I was enjoying the process and enjoying the journey. And that's exactly where we are right now. We're at this critical cusp where you've put in the hard work. You've probably felt some of the pain as well. And now is the time where you will start entering momentum, but you have to keep pedaling. And even though the second day of cleansing is important because 80% of the benefits happen on that second day in terms of fat loss and detox, I think it's even more important because this is when you get into momentum. This is what's going to set you up for success the rest of the 11 days. And trust me, and I'm sure those of you that have ridden bikes can feel this too. Once you get into that momentum, you don't take as much energy to keep going. The hardest part is always these first few days. So you owe it to yourself to stay the course and to keep pedaling. And the other thing that was amazing on this journey that I was on this bike trip, was that while, yes, biking is a very individual sport, it was me and my equipment, we were doing it as a team. My team never, ever left me behind. Someone would always stay back with me until I was able to, a few days into it, to stay with them. And eventually, even to the point where I was able to contribute to the team by being the first one and breaking some of the headwind for them. That's exactly what we're doing on our team calls. Yes, each of you are doing your own thing. You know, you're on this journey, yes, by yourself. However, we are a team. And the calls in the morning are the time where we as a team gather momentum, where we can support each other in this momentum that we're creating for ourselves. So don't miss this opportunity. Join these calls with us. There's so much information and so many tips that we provide that I can't get to you over these videos. You can only really get them on the calls. So you're getting tips, you're getting, insight into what other people are doing. And guess what? People are walking in your shoes. Some of the struggles and the doubts and the fears that you have, they have too. And to hear others validate where you're at and what you're feeling is liberating. And I want that for each of you. So join these calls. They're tremendously important and will allow you to continue to gather momentum as you keep pushing forward.